Hello everybody. I'm working on a quilt and I've got a thing going, and right now I'm going to show you how I'm making my setting blocks. So I am making flowers, and I made my little template here. It's like this, and I'm going to turn you down and show you how to cut them out. If I can keep you in the camera here and not turn the camera over. So, okay, here we go. I'm going to take my scissors, if I can find my big ones. I think they're over here, right here, there. Sorry about that. Okay. So I just cut out a really heavy cardboard and made my template. And I have 4 squares put together, 4 5-inch squares. And it's going to make 8 petals, but only needs 6. But we're going to cut around the edges of this, and I just come right off the edge, turn it around, come right down the bottom part, just like that. And then I've got a little box over here for my scraps. And then I line these up again, make sure they're straight. Then I put my pattern right back on it, and I cut them again, and that'll give me 8 petals. And they don't have to be completely perfect, but I am going to raw edge applique them. So that gives me 8 of my flower petals. Now the one I need for the one I'm making right now, I already have cut out. And so I'm going to take one of the green ones out, and I'm going to take one of the red ones out. And then that gives me the rest of my petals in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this petal and I'm going to fold it in, and then fold it in again like that. And I'm going to turn you to the sewing machine and raise you up slightly so you can see it. And I'm going to lay it right down on the sewing machine, put it under the needle, and I'm going to sew it down. Sew right off of it. Then I'm going to take another one, and I'm going to do the same thing on this one. And just fold it together. And that gives them a little poof on the petal. See how it poofs out a little bit? Curves up. And I'm going to lay this one down. Come right across that one. And then lay these together here and do the same thing on the folding. And I'm just going to chain these pieces right on through. And you don't have to worry about if they go perfectly straight through the machine. Okay, I'm going to show you how to fold them again. I'm going to fold in and in, so that it just makes a little poof in the center. Lay it up under there, sew right across it. Get my next red one. There's 2 of them there, so I better get that out. And again, do the fold and lay them down. Keep on stitching until you get 6 petals made. Okay, and here we go again. And then we'll come right off of them, pull them out, and snip them off, and snip in between them. If I could get them straightened out, it would help. And just like that, we've got them all cut off. Now I'm going to turn you back around here and lay you down. And I have my 9-inch square cut. And I'm going to arrange the petals every other one right around this circle. Got some thread to cut off of this one. That was my starting one. And there's the next one. And the next one. I just lay them on there and try to make where my sides and my top and bottom are about the same. Okay, so now I've got them all sewn down, or all laid down. Now I'm going to pin them and then sew them around on this piece of material. And you can stick these down with a little glue if you want to. I don't ever use glue on my quilts if I can keep from it. So I just pin them and just try to hold them, because I'm going to zigzag right around them. And what I'm doing is I'm doing one flower and then one heart in my set-in squares. And my first row is going to be all red. So I probably have to make some more blocks, but I wanted you to see how I was putting it together. And then I'll keep working on it, because right now I'm also going to have to start working on some Christmas. So, you know, that's going to take a little bit of my time. But I'm going to try to come on and do some blocks and some things that I'm doing. So, okay, now we've got them pinned down. I'm going to come up on my sewing machine, and I will turn the camera back to you. Come on, come out of there. I got to pull my thread up. There we go. And I'm going to start on this double red one here. And they move on you a little bit, and you just kind of pat them back down. They don't have to be perfect. There's nothing, you know, nothing in nature that's perfect. So these are flowers. You don't expect them to be perfect. Okay, I've got to run this thread underneath the machine. And then set for my zigzag. And get that back up on my tension. I wonder that was sewing a little weird. Okay, what's happened here? I'm there. I'm okay there. I'm just not okay up here. Now we got it. Okay. And here we go. And I'm using a 3-inch, or my settings are on 3 for my zigzag. And then we're going to come right down. I stopped right in the corner. Oops, went too far over, but that's all right. I'm not going to worry about a little quibbly there. I'm going to go right back down to the bottom. And then I'm going to turn it around. And I'm going to come up here, right up this side of it, of the green one. It's getting harder for me to see, I can tell you that, girls. My diabetes has been so out of control. It has really hurt my eyes. I've got to tell you that it's not good. I now have it under control. Okay, and then I'm going to go right back down this line here, and I'm going to turn it to a straight line. Like that. And I'm going to come right down here around this. Come to the center. Get that green one back in the center. And that one underneath, because that's where it belongs. We're going to cover this center with a piece of... Okay, now I'm going to go back to my zigzag. And I'm going to turn right around here. We're going to come up this side. I can get it to go. Don't hang up on me. Now, I'll tell you what, girls, there is nothing that I do that's perfect. There's a lot of people that can do that. I am not one of them. I make quilts to use, and I expect them to be used. I'm not making show quilts. I'm not making quilts to try to win blue ribbons. I'm making quilts for my family to love and to use. And you know what? They don't care if there's a mistake on my quilts. They're never going to know that there's a mistake on my quilts. And if they do, they can just live with it. So now we're going to turn this and go right back up that side again. And actually have that on a little zigzag instead of a straight stitch like I planned. Because I didn't turn it off the straight stitch over here, but that's all right. We're just going to go back to our big one now. And right here is where we're going to start in again on our bigger stitch. I'm going to go right to the tip and come down and go back around again. Choose my hand. Straighten it out if it gets a little wrinkle in it, so that it'll go straight around it. Go down here. This time I'm going to go around the other way. Okay, we're going to take the pins out of this. I don't need them right now. And they kind of bother me being in it. And we've just about got this made. So, here we go. Battened sewn down enough not to need them. Put that down. Go to the tip. Twist and turn. Come down the other side. And then go down to my small one and turn back into that one. Now we're going to come into this one. Come up on it. Turn our bigger stitch back up. And right down this side. And right here I'm going to do a little back stitch. I'm going to cut that off because we're going to go to the center now and put the little center circle on it. I think I have one cut. I think I have one cut. No, I don't. So I'm going to take a little, it's not going to be yellow, but I'm going to take a little piece of light colored material of some kind. And I'm just going to cut a little free-handed circle out of it because it doesn't have to be perfect. And you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just cutting the edge of that material, cutting a free-handed circle. Oh, these scissors are dull. Okay. All right. There's my circle that I'm going to put in the center. Now I'm just going to go right around that with the zigzag stitch. Come on. And now this, when you're doing these, you have to kind of twist them once in a while to get your circles going around there. You don't want to put too much pressure on all your material. So you just ease them around. Ease again. And ease again. And ease it back in again because I about went off of it there. And ease it again. And cut the threads off. And off the front. And clean it up a little bit. And there's our next block. And okay, where did I lay my quilt? I'm making. So I don't want my time to run out. And I'm afraid it will. What did I do with my... I've got it laying here somewhere. Behind me. On the chair. Okay. And now I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to put it right sides together with this block. And I'm going to sew it together with a 1/4 inch seam. And a straight stitch. Oops, it's too low. And back up. Why am I... Okay, I don't know what's going on here. Wrong way. I'm turning the wrong buttons. Now we've got it going. Make sure they're lining up. Yeah. Turn it back around. And there's what we just put together. And here's the heart block. And I'm just going to fan it on across. And there's my other two quilt blocks. And that is 6 across, but I'm going to make it 8 across. So I'm going to have to make some more anyway. And I'm going to do a red row, and I'm going to do a yellow row, or, you know, somewhat yellow. They're mixed and matched colors. So this is my next one that I'm going to put on it. This one right here. This is my big heart block. And the one I made the little hearts on, that's going to be on the other side of my my flower block. It'll start here. And I'll sew this one on here. And I made my backs out of scrap material, as you can see. So my backs are all different color, but there will be a back on them. And you'll hear me bump over that lace a little bit. There's some seams in them.
Charlie, no.
So that will go right there.
You're not getting a stick.
And then this.
No.
And this will go next to it. So I'm not going to do this one because my time is out on my phone. But I wanted to show you what I was doing, and I will be back with the next row and show you what I'm doing on the next row. And I thank you all for watching. Glad you could be here with me. And please, please shout this out to people, because I'm trying to make a comeback on my channel, and I've lost a lot of subscribers, and I would really love to have you all back. So thanks for watching me. Bye-bye.